Well, hi. For those of you new here, my name is Ethan and I'm a full-time travel photographer and filmmaker. And this is my good friend Luke. He's a sailor, also a nomad, and a cabin designer. This year, we're embarking on a pretty special project, building and documenting a cabin here in the Teton Valley. This is the first chapter of the story. So the day had finally come. It was the 1st of May, and Luke was coming down to spend the night in New Hampshire so that he could help finish out the build in my 4Runner, and we could head west the next day.
I thought that was you. I was so stoked.
Luke, got to work on getting some measurements and figuring out the easiest way to throw something together for me to be able to sleep for the trip west.
Keep the whole thing straight. At the bottom of this one, come up like a 1/4 inch just for clearance.
And watching him work his magic was pretty mesmerizing, and it didn't take long for it to come together, and soon enough I had me a nice little comfy bed in the rig.
Oh yeah.
That'll do, donkey.
Well, hey there.
Okay.
Sleeping on the job again.
What else is new? This is way better than take one.
Perfect. Then we had ourselves a paddle in the canoe to enjoy the perfect little send-off from New England. The next morning, the stoke was high and we headed out.
The Predator is a bit out of shape.
Shape.
I wanted to bring Luke to my land that I just purchased to show him around, so we decided to stop by as it was on the way west.
So it'll be fun to kind of like a clean slate is wild.
Yeah.
And we walked around and talked ideas and all sorts of other things, and yeah, I can't wait to bring this clean slate to life.
You hard boil eggs.
I took down the for sale sign and we had some breakfast, and then we really got to hitting the road.
This is a bird.
Everybody.
But we did not make it too far before making our next stop at a cute little Vermont country store.
Obligatory? Obligatory. Apple cider, country store, donut. That was a mess. We've driven about an hour and a half.
Stopped 3 times.
Then it was on the road again for some more driving, some more gas stops, some more stretch stops, and of course, some car jams. had a pretty exciting little spot for us to camp that night that I hadn't really told Luke about, but it was one that I was certain he would appreciate. This boat launch was right on the water, and the sky welcomed us with a beautiful sunset right as we pulled in for the night. It was the perfect ending to the perfect start of this trip, and, well, this project. Not a bad first day. The next morning, we woke up with the sun and took a little walk around, skipped some rocks, and enjoyed the morning daylight before hitting the road for another day of driving.
Found houseboat heaven. Look at that one. Oh, that might be good.
What?
A brief little stop at a rest area to get some work done and get some feel for ourselves and our vehicles, and then it was on the road again.
Unreal. I'm about done following you. No, I haven't. I haven't been there. Oh, brother.
After a mostly chill drive, minus one small, hectic stretch, looking at you, Chicago traffic, we made it to a cool little area in Iowa where we were originally planning on spending the night. But after getting some fuel in the systems, Luke suggested that we push on a little bit, and so we did.
Whose idea was this?
This was your idea.
Here we go. There we go.
So after getting to our quasi-destination that we had set earlier in the day, Mr. Luke up here is like, hey, you got a couple more hours in you? like, yeah, I always got a couple more hours in me. So we are now getting back on the road after getting some food, and gonna see how far into the night we can get so that we have a little bit more playtime in the Badlands, which is where we're trying to get to tomorrow. So we'll see how long Mr. Luke up here lasts on this drive.
We slept out of Loves that night and woke up to some pretty intense looking storm clouds. And we let the storm pass a little bit and then hit the road yet again for our third day. We love Loves. We love Loves. But after groggily driving through some gray, moody weather, we hopped off at an exit and explored around a bit. This road trip was a bit different from the ones that I did last year, and I did a lot of them. For one, I had someone to caravan with, and that person helped me get out of my thinking of just trying to fly through the drive to get to the destination. He helped me remember why I fell in love with road trips in the first place, the journey of them, the adventure, that freeing feeling of getting to explore and see places that I never otherwise would have. It's all part of the story. Even almost getting stuck on a dirt road in the middle of that. So we adventured around on the dirt roads for a bit before continuing west, with the Badlands on our minds as the endpoint for the night. Road trips like this one give you lots of time to think in the car, and some points look like this, and other points look like this. But it's a pretty wild feeling knowing you're driving across the country and covering and seeing so much. And then we finally arrived to the Badlands. And though we separated a bit ago to go our own pace, I stopped for some groceries beforehand and got to drive through the park on the way to our meeting point. And it was so dang beautiful and refreshing, and reminded me of my trip out west back in 2021 when the Badlands were my first welcome to the west as well.
Probably wash both sides of my windshield next time. But hi, we made it to the Badlands.
And then we made it to camp, and our energy was pretty low at this point, but our campsite was absolutely gorgeous. Luke chefed us up some dinner, and we ate it while battling the winds as the night wound down.
The physics of how the hell you're able to fully fit in that car. You got it.
morning, Bob Joe.
Morning, Captain.
And then it was here, our last day of the trek. 10.5 more hours of driving until we got to our new home in the Tetons. Energy was a little low, but the stoke was high. We stopped in the famous Waldro for some breakfast and coffee before getting back to it, yet again, but only for a short while before we hit the Wyoming border.
I'm in Wyoming, what are you doing?
After that, we were buzzing and broke out the CB radios to keep up with the fun.
Break this salt shaker, check your six. I'm doing quite alright out here. It's a nice sunny day. How you doing up there?
What a beautiful country we got, ain't it?
It sure is.
And then it was some long stretches of nothingness, and we stopped one more time to fuel up to get ready for the home stretch.
You say Skip, head home?
Let's do it.
Head home. This is home now.
This is home.
Not a dream.
We live here.
Not a dream.
We did it. It seemed bigger.
Drove across the country to build a cabin here.
Make it make sense.
What the?
And as we finally pulled into the driveway of our apartment, the realization definitely had not set in yet, and we had no idea what the next few days would hold. But that's a story for next week. Stay tuned. This is nice actually.